Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Forsaken Council Live. Welcome to the show tonight, and I'm glad to see you all here. So, I mean, the raid's still going. This is like the second show we've had during this raid, which is quite a long raid. But we normally would have an update to talk about tonight. Normally, a ridiculously big update. That gives us way too much to fit into an hour, and tonight we're faced with no update at all. So we're kind of unsure what we're going to use to fill the hour. So I did have a chat with some of the admins before the show, and we kind of felt there was a few ideas we wanted to do with the show, but we weren't sure if the update was going to come or not. So we're gonna cover some general stuff. We've got a few bits to talk about, and then we're gonna maybe look at some ship builds to try and help you guys out a little bit. I know Ren's running a little bit late, and unfortunately Lucy is feeling a bit under the weather herself, so she's not going to be here tonight. But I am joined, for any of you wondering who this blue symbol is next to me here at the bottom, this is Andrew. Andrew is the guy behind, and he's kind of like, he's the guy that no one ever sees, but he's the guy that does so much work on this show. Like Andrew does all of the banners. He's done all of the video intros. He did that really good TFC introducing video. He done all the artwork for YouTube. He's made the website on his own. I mean, the guy is just a genius. And literally, like, if I need, like, Andrew's been making base, like, Andrew, you've been making artwork for me for 5 years, so. No, me and Andrew were born in the same sector, in the same alliance, the first ever alliance I was in, back in the game 5 years ago. So, welcome, Andrew.
Yeah, cheers.
Now that doesn't mean you can spam his PMs for Facebook banners and profile pics.
Not so.
No, I'm sure you get a lot of that. But well, you do some great work on the show, Andrew, and it's good to finally get you onto a show and be able to introduce you outright to the community here. And we do have that mystery man, the guy that rarely shows up, the man, the myth that is.
I missed one show, and you talk about it like I rarely show up. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know, we put out a search party. I had Doom Rooster looking for you, and you know there was police.
You were looking in the wrong place, man.
Yeah, you were under a rock somewhere, or under a sea rock. Never mind. But no, that's me being silly. But so the raid's still going. I, for one, was a bit surprised when I calculated the figure for the shards, and I think Gadget was as well when I told him how much you need for the shards. You need 230 million points to if Kickstarter release all the shards that they're showing on the forum in the raid briefing, then you need 230 million points. That's on top of the tokens, the limited stuff, the new hull, and a new weapon. Now, I already calculated it up. That totals 320 million points you need in this raid. And I didn't have the Phantom Tiger, so that, for me, is 350 million. So I'm almost at 350 million right now. I think I'm at 328 million. I'm sat 20th global right now, so it's been a long, grindy raid for me, and I'm quite tired from doing it. It's quite a tiresome raid, I think. And how about you guys? Where are you at, Gadget?
I'm at 272. To be honest with you, I stopped after about 48 hours of the raid because I figured that I had enough points to do what I needed with. Like when I stopped, I had over 100 mil that I was sitting on, and I figured that it was going to be 10 to 20 million per day for shards, and that would be me. And then I find out that the last day I'm going to need 150 mil for shards. So now I'm out getting another 150 mil.
Well, that's if Kickstarter stay true to their word. I was told that they are. I was told that was the amount that they've labelled in the brief. If they haven't, then
If I go out and get 150 mil and they don't stay true to their word, I'm going to hunt you down and beat the crap out of you. You know that, right?
Oh god, that would be so funny.
I'll bring the camcorder.
Oh god, if Gadget goes out tonight, he gets 100 mil and offered my advice and he didn't need to. Oh god, that would just make my week.
I'm gonna be so pissed, mate, if that's the case.
Right, well, I'm sat on 158 million right now, so I need 22 million more to get the Tiger Shark and have enough for the shards. Oh god, that's tickled me, that has.
I mean, I am just autoing them, right, as we speak, but still.
Well, Andrew, I mean, I know you give a perspective that I think is something we want on the show a little bit more, and that's kind of a perspective from someone from a lower end. Not that I'm slating you in any way in that regard, but I know that you took some time out of the game, and maybe your tech isn't quite as up to date as the rest of us. So, I mean, how is the raid? I'm interested to hear your perspective, and I'm sure Kixeye is too. How's the raid from your end?
So for likes of me, as you said, I took probably a year out of the game due to work. So coming back in, probably 2 months ago, to find a hell of a lot change within the concept of the game, not actually having the tech to do currently the raids as what they are now. I'm finding it harder to progress myself through the game to achieve of the aspect, gain a lot more in the game, without the help of like the gadgets or even like yourself.
Now, see, this is where I think the new the Foundry is really going to benefit you in that regard, because it's kind of like a place where players can go to catch up. I think you're going to find that really, really useful, Andrew, when that comes out. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
All depends on how much of the Foundry components that you're able to get from each salvage. So the stating that you can get from. It's just like with the base parts. You're able to get from the platforms.
Well, I believe
harder to hit.
I believe you can get it from everything. I don't know, Ren. Do you know a bit more about the Foundry in terms of where you can get the targets from?
Yeah, depending on the tier they want. I mean, even from salvage, people will be getting content from. I think Doom Rooster just posted 10 minutes ago a full feature description of the Foundry at Kixeye's forums. I didn't have time to read, but I think it came out literally 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
The problem with the salvages, if they're doing it that way, currently at the moment, obviously you get the high-end players that with the new toys, they're going at hitting the salvages and not actually collecting what they've hit. So you've got salvages that you cannot hit but want to collect. The reds from.
Oh, you mean like bigger players hitting the salvages, leaving none for you?
Yes, rather than in order to get the Foundry technical the parts for it, you've got to hit and attack and kill the fleets within them fleets. You can't do that.
And by the way, one thing that's going to come with the Foundry feature, when you click on a target on map before you engage the target, it actually going to tell you whether or not that one has a chance of giving you a fragment and what type of fragment, because there are different types of fragments, right? Hull, tier, component, and some of them you can get from just doing FM, some from hitting salvage, some from hitting armadas, direct mining bases. So there's not going to be a new target on map to allow you to use that. It's just the stuff I think most of us already hit anyways.
Well, I guess it's we can speculate, but I think I honestly do feel that it will be beneficial. It'll be beneficial to you, Andrew, and I think it's going to be beneficial to Lucy as well.
I know it's going to be beneficial for all the lower set levels within the game, so it's going to give them the chance to gain the tech in order to progress through the game a lot quicker than what it has been in the past. So there's no questions about that.
It will really benefit Gadget as well. Really benefit Gadget.
I don't think it's going to change his attitude.
We were just that's true, Andrew. We were just before you come in, Ren, and good to see you here. But we were just talking about, like, in general, where everyone was in the raid. I mean, how are you finding the raid? I know we touched upon it on Saturday as well, but
I'm a slacker.
You're a slacker.
I'm a slacker. Well, I mean, and I think my whole sector is a slacker because I think I'm at 120, 130 million points, and I've been top 3 in the sector in the past few days. Someone pointed that out. I didn't know that. I wasn't checking sector leaderboard. Then some guy told me, "Hey, could you help me? Because you're number 1 in the sector leaderboard." I'm like, "Oh, am I?"
Dude, do you know what? I was leading the global leaderboard for like the first 48 hours of the game, and every time I logged in, I had like 10 PMs from random people I didn't even know asking me for help.
That is something I was going to mention tonight as well. And since you guys have hit it, I mean, this raid, I have never ever in a raid had so much people asking for help. Like, I have never known anything like it. Like, I'm sometimes getting PMs every 5 minutes. It's got to a point where I can't even like reply anymore.
No, and I'm not against helping people. Of course, I prioritize my alliance. I mean, folks in my alliance who need help. I mean, we've been helping each other. I gotta say, this month I'm helping less because there's so many things I want that I'm still scoring points that I need. I won't get the shards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, some people, and I saw that yesterday, and it pissed me off in comms, when a guy who was being helped by a coiner, right, started bragging about the fact that he didn't spend a dime on raid and he doesn't spend a dime on battle pirates because, I mean, he stopped short of saying that people who spend money in the game are stupid. He got really close to that. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you should. If you're going to say that, maybe you should decline or refuse help from the coiners that are helping you, because what you're doing there is that you're spending other people's money and bragging about it, which comes across as like a very jerky attitude, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I'm all for helping people too, and I have helped people so far in this raid. I mean, I'm sat at about 328 million points raid at the moment, and I have helped people. I helped Lucy do her raid, and I've helped a few other people in my sector and some players I know, some players that aren't in my lands I've helped. But I just thought I'd point out that, like, or at least mention that, like, I've never seen so many people asking for help in a raid, and I wonder why that is. Is that to do with the fact that people can't hack anymore? I'm just putting that out there.
Could be that people can hack. Could be that people now feel like the game is being reset and they want to get back aboard and they feel like it's the right time to, like, if they don't catch up now, it's the perfect time, let's face it. I mean, maybe that's, and I've seen some people who have been inactive for a long time kind of coming back.
Right? I've seen that too.
I only help people who help themselves, right? When I get a guy PMing me within the first hour of the raid, begging me for help, it gets on my nerves. Because you're basically just going to sit there and cry for somebody else to come and do your raid for you, but you're not going to do nothing yourself, right? I mean, really, I want to see you hitting stuff. I want to see you trying to hit stuff.
Well,
do you know what I mean? I mean, to be honest with you, if you haven't got a bunch of dead fleets in your dock from trying to get raid points and you're asking me for help, then you're barking up the wrong tree. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and you know what? Every sector has some of those, right? I know their names right here. Sector I'm in, there's 3-4 guys who from day one have been on comms begging for people to do stuff for them, and all they want to do is put a gunboat in the corner and have somebody kill it for them, and they get the bonus points, right? Mm-hmm. But Gadget's right. They haven't done. I don't think they've even tried. They just assume they can't do. And on the other hand, I see some guys struggling on and grinding TFC targets non-stop. And then, Sunday night they go, oh crap, I don't think I'm gonna get. I'm a million short or 2 million points short.
They're the guys you help.
And Monday I gotta work. I won't be able to play anymore. Then those guys I help.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree. Yeah, I mean, I I just never known a raid like it. Never known a raid like it. But maybe it's because I'm in the leaderboard. I know sometimes people scroll through leaderboards and then PM people from that. So maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it is the hacking thing. Maybe it's what Ren said. Maybe it's because more people are coming back. But I know every single member of my alliance has reported the same thing. Ridiculous amounts of PMs. People just begging for help.
Now, interestingly enough, I mean, we know KixEye is putting all those limited items and shards and everything. And I mean, I'm not gonna get them all. I'm not getting. There's many limited holes that I already have one of them. I don't need a second one. I don't think I'm gonna get all the shards if they really put all those shards tomorrow on the last day, like you said, Liam. And still, I'm at I think 120 million points, 130 million points, and I was top 2,000 global. So that tells me almost nobody is getting all the stack of prizes. You know what I mean?
I've got to say, the leaderboards seem much more legit since they made these changes, these anti-hacking changes. The leaderboards seem a lot more legit.
What, because you're in there?
Well, no, because the guys who are on the top right now with the 500 and something million points, you would usually see them within the first 24 hours of the raid.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? There'd be guys on 300 to 500 million points 24 hours after the raid started. Right?
Ren,
and that hasn't happened, man. So I'm quite happy about that.
Ren, do you know what I was saying earlier? It would be hilarious, right? I don't know if Ren can hear this. Maybe I'll wait till he comes back. But sorry, go on, David.
He already said in Forsaken Council chat that if you turn out to be wrong, he's gonna come with me to beat the crap out of you.
I just
He's going to fly all the way over here from Canada. We're going to link up in London, drive to Scotland, and kick the shit out of you.
But the thing is, to my knowledge, there's going to be 150 million worth of shards in the raid tomorrow, right? It's going to open up. Now, I've told all my alliance the same, and everyone's now gone out. Everyone in my alliance is now out, getting 150 million points, right? Now, yeah. What if tomorrow...
You better hope they need it, or tomorrow you're not going to have an alliance, mate. It'll be an alliance of you and Lucy. You and Lucy will be TCZE, and that'll be it.
If they don't put out the shards tomorrow, man, I'm on thin ice, KixEye, so...
Talking about KixEye, it's I'm amazed at how many people are getting the Punisher. Like I've seen so many people getting the Punisher, and a good percentage of them actually coining at least a couple of them already during the weekend. So I don't know if anybody from KixEye is watching this, but I hope they don't screw up with the Punisher, right? I mean, we can do uranium bases, mining bases, we can do drag bases, we can do so many things with them. I hope they remain useful for the many months to come. As they said, they would make holes with longer shelf life, because so many people are getting them right now.
From one of the posts that I read, especially like the Punishers, and they recognise a lot of people are using them to achieve the points in the FM and the current raid system. So they're not going to be changing it that much. When they're rebalanced, in other words, it's going to screw a lot of folk over. That's what I got from one of their posts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the deflection bypass is really just to make it so the revenge isn't a god hole.
Yeah, and that should work on that damage specific deflection. That's my working theory so far.
So for me, if anybody that doesn't have the Punisher, if they're able to get it this way, get it, because it's going to help them a hell of a lot more in future raids.
Yeah, if it's damage-specific deflection bypass, then that basically applies to the Revenge's niche. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they're going to work it fine. I mean, I actually did a brief calculation in my head with it. Like, if a missile does 3,000 damage, I actually did this on TeamSpeak to my alliance, and I explained the way of doing it. And I'm sure it's going to be the way that KixEye are going to do it, and it does make complete sense. All they do is they manipulate. Say a missile does 3,000 damage and has 3,000 deflection, siege deflection bypass. All they have to do is alter the damage by like 200 of the missile, and then the Punisher doesn't change, and the Revenge becomes completely irrelevant. It's actually really, really easy. The calculation behind it, but I'm not even going to boggle everyone's brain with it. But it is actually very, very straightforward. So, and I'm sure Kickstarter have got that covered. So, we have some Forsaken Mission content to discuss, which is, I know you're a bit excited about, Gadget, already, aren't you? So, does anyone have the slides prepared? Because I don't. Just so you know.
To download.
Have you got them, Andrew?
So yeah, just let me pull them up.
No worries. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman. What is it? It's.
What's with the shortage of A-set targets, Kicksai? Come on, man.
They know you're on.
I know, mate. I've got 3 A-set targets in my whole sector.
Well, guys,
you know what I mean?
You could have been prepared like me and be done.
But, I thought I was done, mate.
Well, technically you are. If these imaginary shards come tomorrow. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, I've got it screen locked on you, Andrew, now as well, so that's great. So, episode 8, TFC, we're in that. The Forsaken Mission content. So we're going to see some new content added in, which I believe gets added in on Thursday. The times, well done, Andrew, you've got the times written down. So I guess as soon as the raid ends, this starts. Correct, or no?
Well, not really. I mean, raid ends on Thursday.
Right.
At I think it's 9 a.m. Or noon Kicksai time.
Sorry, I see.
But ends on Thursday. Then FM starts on Friday, right? And remember, Thursday there will be an update.
Mm-hmm.
Then FM starts on Friday, and it's going to run until Wednesday. So even next week, FM will start a day later on Thursday, and then normally on Tuesday. So it's going to take them 2 weeks to move FM back to its normal schedule because of the extra raid day.
Because of the delay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Sorry, I wasn't quite with the times there. Thanks, Ren. So what do you guys think of the alloy armors? We've got alloy armor CL1, alloy armor CL2, and alloy armor CL3, an advanced draconian armor alloy that prevents radioactive fallout, providing additional protection from cannons and launchers.
I only see right now one use for that. It's something you're going to put in whatever hole you're using to hit mining bases.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only target that only dishes cannons, ballistic, and radioactive damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. You get radioactive damage from the Wendigos in the FM on the 85s and the 75s.
Yeah, but then you get a lot of
and there's ballistic in the SCX in the 85s as well. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of missiles, right? There's a lot of missiles, and once you put this guy, you can't stack anything that's going to give you missile resistance.
You'd have to go like all D5M.
Yeah, or you can run like a Savage or a Wrath in your fleet, and that's going to buff your missile.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
And so I'm assuming that being part of the alloy armor family, it's going to fall into that retrofit. Bracket, I believe.
Yeah, I'm assuming that as well. I'm hoping.
The only problem is that means the ballistic defense is going to get a buff, but the radioactive it already comes buffed because that retrofit doesn't add anything to radioactive defense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, you can see it actually does already start higher. Well, yeah. I was also going to say that you could actually pair this now with reflective coating, correct? I imagine it would stack with it.
I don't know if it will.
I imagine you're going to have to pick one or the other.
Yeah,
because one's an armor bonus and one's an evade bonus.
I know, yeah, but it's also they've also both got a radioactive component. I mean, it's like I don't know. I just don't see them letting you do that. You'd be able to get ridiculously high radioactive defense on a fleet.
You'd be at 90-something% resistance, and we know they don't want that, right? I mean, we saw it happen to the frontline countermeasure system.
Well, have we got any kicks in chat in the YouTube chat that could
Laredo's in the chat.
I don't know if Laredo, if you could find that out for us, buddy, because that would be an interesting figure, especially on a hull like the Revenge, which is extremely weak to enforcers.
Because in the end, it's going to be like either some people have built their Centurions with LA3 and RC3, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can have that, or now you can have this CL3 guy and then agility system, I guess. But you won't be able to put reflective coating on top of that. It would be stupidly high.
Yeah, like for instance, you can't use reflective coating with fallout armor because they both have a radioactive defense stat on them. You can't stack them on a fleet, I don't think.
There you go.
No,
that's a very good example.
I know that's a good example. I agree. I know, but this is an alloy armor. Like, doesn't the fallout armor fall in the same bracket as the reflective coating?
It does.
Whereas this falls into a different family, a different tech tree. Anyway, well, we'll find that out because that's interesting.
Mm.
But so initial thoughts, Ren, you can see it in the mining bases. I can agree with that. And
yeah, that's the straightforward. I mean, people will get creative, of course, and try and find other niche applications. But
and also, we don't know what's coming up in future raid iterations. I mean, we might be facing targets that have higher radioactive damage.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, for PvP, I don't see people using that for PvP. I mean, most bases now have executioners, APOCs, and whatnot. I mean, that doesn't make any sense for PvP.
No.
I'm using them in FM, so that way I'll be able to put more specials on to boost up my defense.
Mm-hmm. It's the kind of special that almost makes me think that something's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. But as for FM, I mean, Kixeye already kind of said that FM is going to change soon. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be trying to refit or change any of my existing FM fleets right now because next month it may be useless. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. I mean, Raken did say that they were changing soon as well on last week's show. So I
think they're going to when they change. I think they were saying that it's going to be this raid, this raid format that's going to become the FM, didn't they?
Possibly.
That was implied. I mean,
so a fleet that works on this raid should be good for the FM.
It'll be like a if they do, then it will be like dumbed down versions.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, if you have a fleet that works for this current raid format, then you should be good for the FM when they change it.
You should be all set. Yes.
Mm. Well, it's an interesting special. I do kind of hope and pray that I don't know. I almost want to see a concussive armor special at some point. It's been. I know it's a damage that we've never had really a defensive buff for, and I think it's particularly with this new hull being out as well. It's maybe something we should start seeing.
But again, this is why when I was talking to you earlier, I said I believe that the Proto Nemesis is now a must-have blueprint, right? It's a must-have hull for most people because it comes with 60% concussive defense built into the hull. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, that's the highest concussive defense in the game. There's no other hull with that sort of concussive defense on it. And I'm not saying you would, but if you wanted to up that, if you could add hydraulics, even though you wouldn't normally add something like that in a base guard. But if you were getting hit with the new ships with all concussive weapons on them, then you might want to up your concussive defense a bit, and that would go on there too, right?
Mm-hmm. And with its built-in 50k armor, you're already. Taking the stats high, yeah. No, I fully agree. But yeah, it's an interesting spectrum. Should we jump into the next one, Andrew, if you don't mind? Combustion System 2. Combustion System 2. Increased splash. Increases splash, spread, and projectile speed of equipped weapons. Splash and spread benefits are not applied if a weapon does not already contain those attributes. This one's the one that kind of I'm a little confused about.
I'm a little disappointed in it, to be honest. I was expecting more from it.
That's another word you could use.
I was expecting a lot more from it, to be honest. I mean, just a cursory look at it. I personally, I think I would go with Explosive System 4 over this.
I'm just actually trying to open up the shipyard now to check this because isn't Explosive System 4 already better?
Yeah, I think it's got almost the same sort of splash. It's got better projectile speed. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have that spread stat. I mean, the extra spread I don't really quite understand. I can't imagine me wanting to put more spread on my mortars.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, why would they give us a new special in the weeklies that's worse than...
By the way, sorry to interrupt you, Laredo just came back and said it will stack.
It will stack?
Yeah, it will stack with CL armor. He asked and had it confirmed that it will stack with CL armor.
What, reflective coating?
Yeah, and somebody in chat said, well, goodbye Enforcer base guards already.
Yeah, well, this is what I said to you, right? When you were talking about Enforcers, stopping Revenges, Shockwave plates, level 2, ×2, that armor special, reflective coating, where's your Enforcers at?
Okay, so instead of Enforcers, I'll just level up a bunch of I'll just level up a bunch of frontline turrets to level 7 and your fleet's done.
Right. Well, you know, it's
No, honestly, I don't think it should stack. I mean, it's going to let people...
I don't think it should either, but it does apparently.
Well, I don't know. I'll need time to process that. But my first reaction is that it's dumb. But okay.
I'm just Andrew. I don't know if you know the slide's gone off your screen, bud, but I'm just uploading Huggies now so I can check Explosive System 4. Unless anyone else has got it on screen, because my computer's running so slow for some reason, and I think it's because I've got this Hangout going. Okay, I've kind of got it up. I just want to do a comparison of Explosive System 4 to the new combustion system. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Right. Sorry, so what did you say the splash upgrade on the new special was? Sorry, guys, are we still... Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I was just letting you know the slide was back up.
Ah, sorry.
I was in the 67.
Yeah.
All right, no.
I can hear you fine, mate. Yeah, it's 60% the splash upgrade on it. But I mean, looking at Explosive System 4, it's got a better projectile speed, a little tiny bit less splash, and it's got a negative 20 on your spread. Whereas the combustion system has less projectile speed, a little bit more splash, and plus 20 on your projectile speed. I mean, I don't know. It's apples and oranges, but me personally, I think I'd rather have less spread and more projectile speed than more spread and less projectile speed.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have for me, the projectile speed is the deciding factor, and I kind of feel like that special there is a failure because its stats are inferior to something they released a month ago. And okay, there is probably some scenarios where you may want more spread, but spread is basically the angle in which your mortars may spread out, the area in which you'll spread out to. Now, I would say that my citadels, they're almost quite a direct volley of fire. Now, okay, maybe in some scenarios, if they spread out a bit more, then that would be a good thing. But,
yeah, I think so. I mean, like doing 80s in the raid, I had to manually target different turrets in each island to make sure they kind of all get destroyed at the same time. If I focus fired on one turret, it's so concentrated that it doesn't kill the whole thing, right? So you waste more time. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. I mean, in fact, it probably would benefit my citadels in the raid in that regard. But the loss of projectile speed...
Let me ask the dumb question. Do they stack? Explosive System 4 and Combustion System 2?
Nah.
Yeah, no way.
That would be like 110% splash upgrade.
Yeah,
I know.
Just no way.
But, you know, I mean, the other two shouldn't stack either, and they do, so now I have to ask.
Well, it's worth the question. Well, I wouldn't have thought they did.
They should.
I have no way of checking.
Gadget? Do they stack?
No, I have no way of checking, mate. I was going to say I'll look in my shipyard in the game, but it's the print hasn't come out yet, so.
Yeah, never mind. So let's move on.
Yeah, so finally, after 2 months of me crying about it, we have D5C, and the stats look the same as all previous D5 variants. It's got the plus 20 assault deflection, plus 20 siege deflection, and a 15% ballistic defense. So nothing new, nothing special. But finally, it's there, and that's for dub fleets and whatnot. I mean, it's the armor that everyone wanted first, and they give us last. So, anything on that, guys?
I like it. You know, I have a couple of different applications for it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything unexpected though, is it? You know, I think we've all been waiting for this for a few months, so it's not really a surprising prize to be in there.
No, I know, and I wish it was something they dropped weeks ago because I feel like it's came too late. Like everyone's built their dub fleets, everyone's built their mining fleets. You know, it's come after the fact. It's come after we needed it, and I'm not refitting now.
Well, I mean, that being said, I took my DUB fleet and I refitted it to PvE, and I went from layered armored 3 down to missile ballistic. So I dropped a bit of ballistic defense by doing that. So for me, I can drop a little bit of speed and a little bit of turn speed and whack a couple of these on that fleet and have the same ballistic defense that I had previously. Do you know what I mean? So that's a use for it, for me anyway.
Okay, so we've hit the Forsaken mission content. That was that's what's coming. What have we got? Five new items. 3 of them being in top tier. Is that correct? So technically, you could be getting your tokens again after the second week if you're doing it twice a week.
Yeah, especially because the fallback price still the same, still the glacial turret, so no changes there.
No new fallback price. That's nice.
It's good for the token lovers.
I think they should start rotating them again, right? I mean, they had some other turrets as fallback, the Draconian Scattergun,
I would want that.
Deadeye Ballista, the Cold Snap. I mean, they could be rotated again, I think.
Why not put the Draconian coaxial turret in there? Hey? That would be good.
I think the Drax Scattergun would be more useful at this point, mate, in the game.
Yeah, the Drax Scattergun would be way more useful.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I mean, let's face it. Right now, everybody and their uncle's going to be hitting bases with the Revenge, either loaded with launchers, which is a popular build, or with the Gatling guns. Well, and countermeasures do diddly squat against either of these weapons, right?
Well, when the Drake Scattergun come out, I was about 80 weeks behind in Tier 4, so I never got that one. But
it's cool.
So, yeah.
Just to make you happy, it's really good.
Yeah, it's the must-have.
Yeah, man, you base suck until you have it.
Yeah, well, I know that anyway. That and Scatterguns, right? I mean, that and Drake Coaxial, right? Yeah. What else have we got, guys? Did you guys manage to catch the announcement for VXP weekend by Doom Rooster?
Yep.
29th.
29th, yeah, 29th.
Isn't it going to be a different format this time? We're not going to be having mining bases again for it, right?
It's different, yeah. It's going to be Revenge Raid convoys, the same ones we did for like 4 or 5 months in raids.
And we had a campaign.
So what I'm wondering is, are they going to have it fixed so that the mechanic of getting VXP is different? Because if you remember the last one, you could go into them targets and you could kill the whole target with very little damage if you had the right fleet, and you wouldn't get hardly any VXP for it. The only way to get good VXP was
that's because it was buildings, right? I mean, because buildings never paid VXP in kick-size math.
Okay, so this is going to be more like the old format then. So you should be able to hit it and get a bunch of VXP for killing the ships.
But there's also a multiplier.
Remember when VXP weekend started and it was those big river targets, and a lot of people just did the ships up front because 60-70% of the VXP was in those ships, not in the buildings that you had to kill all over, because buildings don't pay VXP, right? I mean, they pay close to 0. So this time it's all ships. And they even said if you get those little 4 ships with no weapons that run from you at the beginning, then you get even more VXP.
Yeah, that's a trap, man.
It's a trap.
They're just trying to make you take more damage by chasing after them little ships. Forget about them.
I know, right? I know.
There's no such thing as ship deflection bypass, so revenges are going in.
Yeah, don't say that on air, mate, because now they'll put ship deflection bypass in, and all the people that take their revenges in on your advice are going to get their asses kicked.
Well, as long as it's the same people that take my advice about getting 150 million points, then I'm good. No, I did actually read that there's a multiplier as well. Is that correct? There's like, if you hit a target, you'll get like a VXP multiplier, which will carry over into your next one. So you can kind of build that up, and then maybe like after a few hits, be getting a shit ton of VXP. Is that correct?
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm sure I read that. Is that or have I read wrong? I mean, I don't want to say false information.
I haven't read it, so I couldn't say.
Oh, by the way, just a guy, an alliance mate, Jason, pinged me, and he pointed a very, very good point about FM. He said Siege Battery 1, 2, and 3 are in FM tiers 1, 2, and 3.
I've linked on my screen share.
Which probably is going to piss off whoever redeemed their raid points for Siege Battery during this raid. I mean,
right.
Yeah, I hate when they do stuff like that, man. They do it often.
I kind of understand because, you know, maybe some people are not caught up in tier 3 and it's going to take them 2 months maybe to get it from FM. But they should give a heads up because people who only have 1 or 2 prices left to get it for sure, and then they shouldn't be wasting their raid points on something that's going to be on FM next week, right?
Well, I've linked the FM onto my screen share.
Yeah, I can see Siege Battery 1 at the bottom of your screen there.
Yeah, the looking at that prize list for tier 1, that's incredible, isn't it? Some of the prizes in there. Thinking back how hard I worked to get some of that over the years.
Yeah.
And now it's all in tier 1. But still, it's good. It's good. Scroll through it, Andrew. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at tier 2. Yeah, Siege Battery 2. That's cheap. Cheap for that. For those that are updated as well, you know, it's good. Very good. And has there been any kind of rotation in tier 4 at all? Or?
Well,
there's also this bulk buy thing that they've got coming up as well for selected hulls, where if you buy a bunch of rank with gold, you get discounts on it. But I'm not sure exactly how.
Yes, and it's not for every hull, but for some hulls.
Yeah, just selected hulls.
Yeah, when you buy rank, when you buy those rank packs of 2, 3 ranks at once, they're going to be cheaper than usual. So for some people, maybe it's cheaper to buy the rank than to be hitting stuff on VXP weekend, but I doubt it. I'd probably rather hit stuff on VXP weekend and repair the slow way.
Have a bit more fun too, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, in the preview server, when you buy rank, when I was coining holes and then buying rank, it was more expensive to buy the rank to take them to legendary than it was to coin the hole.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, yeah. And the elite, is there any shuffle in there? So there's infinite armor D5C, combustion system 2, alloy armor. That's the new stuff, isn't it? So is there any chance of a buzzard missile kicks eye, or it's one prize I don't have.
Hey guys, we want to talk about. We were going to talk about Punisher builds and Enforcer builds and the likes.
I was gonna, yeah. I mean, we did actually label this show because we weren't sure if we had any content to discuss. So we labeled the show as a ship build special, thinking we would make it about ship builds. But we're 45 minutes in and we've not touched a ship build once. So yeah, let's do something. Gadget, do you have your Punishers prepared for punishing?
That was awful.
That was terrible. Sorry about that. Yeah. Gadget, you introduced the fleet yourself, by all means. Okay, so your microphone's muted. Did you know your microphone's muted?
No, I did not.
No worries.
Sorry, yeah. So this is basically my DUB build that I've just refitted to do PVE basically. I mean, it will auto the FM. It will go through the FM once without repair, no problem at all, and then you can just repair it overnight and hit it again the next day. It will still do DUBs pretty effectively. It will do draconian mining bases. What I do is I go in with the fleet, but I stop the whole fleet and I just select one Punisher and I run around the mining base with one Punisher, and it will do a fair whack. Do you know what I mean? Like I can fill my whole storage up with this fleet. It autos the raid. I've been autoing A-sets with it the entire raid. So yeah, it's my go-to fleet for everything. I mean, basically all I did, the only really painful part of this refit is the frontline countermeasure system. The changing Siege Battery 3 for that is like a 2+ day refit. So you're looking at 8 days for the fleet. All the rest of it is pretty simple. I mean, I changed the railgun for a Gale 3. I have a Gale 1 on there as well, because just Gale 3s, it's not enough for the current raid format. You need the 2 Gales on there. I put a Flanks 2 on there and took one of the siege cannons off. I changed the siege battery, and I changed the layered armor for missile ballistic armor 3, and that's basically it, man. I mean, as far as turret defense goes, you got 96% ballistic, 92% missile, 73% explosive. Explosive, I went low on the explosive defense because, to be honest with you, explosives don't really hit me. I mean, mortars get stopped by the Gales, and I outrange things like Serbs, right? So I don't really have to worry about explosive damage too much, to be honest with you.
And this is the fleet you've done your entire raid with, correct?
Oh yeah, mate. I auto with the Grease Monkey. I was autoing A-sets for 2 coins. Without it, it's costing me about 4 coins for an A-set.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fully auto. I don't have to do anything. I just click on the target and let it go.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good pricing. I mean, and the Omega obviously is just a dead lead for the sake of.
Yeah, the Omega. I've got the I've still got a Thud on there. What I've actually got on there now is a Hellstorm 1, right? So it doesn't move when you go into the target on auto. Because it's only got 1 anti on it, it doesn't move. It just sits where it enters.
Mm. Very nice, very nice.
And if you built my DUB fleet, then it shouldn't be too painful to refit for you, right? The only thing there that's a really horrible one is the frontline countermeasures. Everything else is a relatively quick refit, under a day. Do you know what I mean?
And let's just say someone that's just come into the game, or someone that's been out of the game and come back to the game, someone that's maybe just claimed the Punisher and is looking to build themselves a PvE fleet. I mean, could they put this fleet together with similar tech that maybe not had quite all the tech?
I don't know, mate. Because to be honest with you, this frontline countermeasure system right here is pretty essential as far as the raid goes. Mm-hmm. Right, because without it, if I just had Siege Battery 3 there, my 2 Gales would get overwhelmed by the Morts and the A-sets. Right, when I was refitting it, I actually finished refitting it just as the raid was starting, and I used tokens to do my frontline countermeasures, and I had 5 days of tokens beginning the raid that I kept from the FM, so I was able to refit 2 of them straight away. And honestly, I was taking a lot more damage than I am now with just 2 in the fleet refitted to frontline countermeasures, right? So that's a really, really big refit. It's necessary. You have to have that for it to work in the raid. Mm-hmm. Not so much for the other targets, like the FM. I mean, the FM you can run with just Siege Battery. You don't need the frontline countermeasures because there's nowhere near as many mortars and they don't fly as quick. You don't need it in DUBs. You don't need it in mining bases. It's strictly for the raid. But who knows what the raid's going to be next month?
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. Well, I actually did that. I did actually try and find out today from Kickstarter.
I stop screen sharing now.
Well, you can, but you're screen sharing me now, and I look amazing.
Oh, by the way, I just I just started sharing my screen, and that's my build, and it was based off of Gadget's build, but I wanted to try different cannons, like the new cannons and whatnot.
Right.
I don't know if can you guys see that on the screen?
I'm screen sharing your screen now.
Okay, so that's my setup. I personally usually don't like spreading countermeasures across multiple holes. So you see I have 3 holes, identical, all cannons. Siege battery 3, siege target, just like Gadgets, right? The changes I made is I'm using heavy plating 3, so they are a bit slower. And they're actually a lot slower because I also don't use Siege Cannon S for the speed bonus, right? So
now, how well do you run with no countermeasures?
So no, the difference is, and I'm going to move here to the last hole. The last hole is a countermeasure hole, right?
Right.
So that guy, I don't need to spend weight or with nuclear accelerator and whatnot. I actually use evade upgrade. So it's all defensive specials, and it's much lighter. I actually use that Punisher to tank my FM. So it tanks my FM with 3 carriers and a Harlock Aegis behind it. I'm using this guy to do my raid. As it was my main tank until I got a Revenge, and I finished the Revenge with tokens. So now I have 2 tanks rotating, this one and the Revenge. I use this fleet just as is. It's my Draconian Uranium base fleet. And
do you not find that the lack of speed, combat speed on it, causes you more damage in DUVs?
It causes me a little bit because, especially now after I got all specials to R15, because I didn't have siege target retrofitted at all, and my siege battery I think was like R5. So at first it was okay. Now that I have everything R15, I find that I kill all targets in range, and it takes me time to get in range of the next target. So yeah, probably I'm taking 2-3 more cannon shots per corner, right?
Okay.
So when I compare my damage at the end of doing the 4 corners with your damage, I'm probably an hour and a half more damage than you are.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world, and the thing is, the trick here is the pack. The pack is totally unpredictable because sometimes you get one of those big blue shots that blow everything up on an isolated target or on something that's almost dead already, and then it's wasted. But sometimes it fires up on an island full of turrets and everything is gone, and then it's amazing.
I've not seen the pack cannons on any other hole. I mean, do they still get the blue bonus shot quite a lot? Is it quite frequent?
Yeah. I would say per corner of a uranium base that I do, it happens 4 or 5 times, I think.
Okay.
But again, many times it's wasted, right? And sometimes it hits the mark. So it's a lot of hit and miss, and you can't factor that in, like doing calculations. Oh, that's how much it's going to be, because you never know. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, there's no way to do any maths on it.
No, because even though you can calculate how often they should happen, like I said, sometimes they're going to fire at a fucking torpedo pylon, and it does no good to you, right?
Yeah.
On a mine.
Do you know what I find as well? Like if you park a fleet, well, say for example in my Centurions, if I park them and then wait like a little bit of time and then move forward, like say I'm stopping to look at the TV and then I move forward, all of a sudden I'll get like 3 or 4 blue shots off the next time that something comes into range. It's like if they wait for that 10-second charge period. I don't know. Just try it. It seems to work for me. If I
that sounds a bit tinfoil hat to me, mate.
No, it's not. It's not. It works. It's not as tinfoil hat as this 150 million shards tomorrow. Sorry, Ren. Go on.
No, that was it. I mean, I was just talking about like the ship, and so it's very similar to Gadgets. I still think his is more consistent, and being faster, he will take more damage and get done faster, right? But this one's doing the job of all right. And what I do then, if I'm doing mining bases, I either just send a Centurion or I take out the countermeasure Punisher, and I put my only Centurion in there. I only built one. Didn't see a reason to build a second one because these guys are doing the job just fine. The change I do, like I take the Omega out when I'm going to do mining bases, and I put a Highlander because, as you see, these Punishers don't have high radioactive resistance at all.
See, I tried that. I don't have my Highlander built. I've got 2 of them, but I haven't got them built. But I stuck my Unshackled in there, right? And that gives you this basically the same radioactive defense. And I honestly found that I took less damage with the Omega than I did with the Unshackled in there because
that's probably because you're faster.
Well, also I think it's because taking the Omega out reduces my ballistic reload.
Exactly.
Right.
And
by
your ships are fast. So yeah, I mean your ships are faster, so the reload actually helps you. My ships are a bit slower, so having the extra reload wasn't really helping me much.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried both, and the Highlander saves me more damage.
Well, guys, well, thanks for showing both your builds. I would show a build, but I'm having some computer issues right now. I've actually just spent the last few minutes trying to upload a build in a different window, and it's not happening for me, so I apologise about that.
Link is with the builder now. So screen share.
Well, I can't open any other window other than this Hangout at the moment.
And I mean, I'm gonna say something here, and probably is a waste of time because I assume more people actually check our page than watch the video. But a lot of people keep asking about the Punisher builds, and again, they are in our page under Files. There's a file called Suggested Builds. They're also on our website. I mean, Andrew took the time to put them all in there.
The new Punishers will be up there by tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, there is that document that seems to never be used, and it is something that we add to a lot and often, and not just us. I mean, the community, the TFC community that post builds, their builds get added in there. So
yeah.
Also on the website.
Yeah, it's a great resource tool, and I will actually try and spend some more time adding more builds into it because I maybe it's something I could do more with. So we'll try and get some more builds in there for you guys as well.
Chat's asking for a revenge build.
A revenge build. Can someone click the one that I posted off the page and share it? Because I can't open the thing. There was a revenge build I posted on the page.
How long ago?
I have no idea where that is, man.
Or open up Huggies and I'll tell you the build, but that could be longer.
Well, I've got Huggies open right now. I can show the build that I would do, but my build's different to yours.
Well, it's not as good. That's why.
I think my build's better, actually.
No, well, just open. Show if you want to show your build. Show your build.
Did you post it as a separate?
I just posted up a post and it said, I'm not sure if I'm going to build this, but if I do, here's my build, and it was and then it had the Huggies link, so you'll see a picture of the hole on the link. It is posted, guys, in the Forsaken Council page, but it was hydraulic system, D6A, reflective coating, free. Strike warheads, the ones that boost concussive damage and penetrative. So it was boosting concussive by 45%. And the other special was siege battery. There we go. Andrew's got it.
See, I don't know if I would bother. I don't know if I would bother with D6A.
I've actually changed heavy plating to D6A on this build, Andrew.
I don't know if I would bother with that special though, considering what they're doing to the hull, right? I don't see the point in asking that. Because special.
Do the calculation on resistance, right? The resistance, it stops you from having that -0 resistance because.
Yeah, but the minus doesn't make a difference. It's all just 0.
No, it's not. We did this when we had Raken on the show. Ren did the calculation, and Raken said that was how the calculation went. This actually will affect this hull. So
has anyone tested that though? Has anyone tested it again? Has anyone taken a hull with that special on versus a hull without that special on and taken them in the same target and checked?
Well, it would be interesting to do that, but no, we haven't. I personally haven't anyway. So that's actually my current build. Which could change with the new specials that come out. I may decide to change it. I may be putting on new.
And you see, I mean, I would default to heavy plating 3, and then to compensate, I would use interception system. Sorry, not interception system. There's it's a researchable special that boosts concussive damage. Concussion warhead, I think.
But I don't. I've got something better on. If you look at the missile, look at the blue one, Andrew. Hover over it. See, concussive damage plus 45. That's higher than the other one.
Oh, but well, can you retrofit this one? Oh, yes, you can. And that's not retro. Because what I was going to say, the other one retrofitted gets to 45.
Right, this one retrofitted goes to 50 something.
55.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
55, yeah.
Then this one is better. The only reason I really don't like this special is because it took like forever to build. I think it's almost 3 days when you add it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately it gives you more boost, but it's just longer.
Well, I have one of these built like this, and the reason I took off heavy plating for D6A, I'll tell you now, is due to the glacial turret, and this will drive through that field faster with that additional combat speed. That was the main purpose for it, and through my experience of using it in the previous server. And it was a last-minute change. So yeah, but that's my build. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the best build out there. I'm not saying that it's going to break every base out there. I don't know. There's probably many builds out there better.
And I don't think this whole breaks every base. I mean, this, and I've seen a lot of frustration, and we discussed that already. A lot of people are expecting an auto-win button, right? You get a fleet of those, and you can break every base, and it doesn't work like that. And I'm actually glad it doesn't work like that.
I think, didn't someone hit your base in the previous server Ren with this?
Yeah, but the previous server fucked my whole guard. I mean, the ships were all out of place.
All right.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
No, I did notice that actually. So it's all right. No, it's yeah, that's it. So that's a revenge build, and we can really make any build anyone asks for on request, really. Between myself, Gadget Ren, Andrew, you know, the other admins we've got involved in the show, and the other minds. I mean, we've got some of the great minds of the game on the page as well.
Yeah, some guys on our page are really good at ship building, and I mean, you know, it's a good community.
Yeah, and we get some great guys in on the open mics at the weekends, and they're clued up on their ships too, you know. So we can, between us all, can really help you with a build. If you need a build, and you don't have someone to attack, or you have a hole and it's your best hole, you know. Then yeah, you can. I really misread that. I really misread what you said there, Ren. But yeah, anyway, so posting the page. Now we are going to cut the show off there, because it is the hour mark. We haven't really had a great deal of content to discuss, but we did our best with what we had. And Saturday's show, no doubt, will cover Thursday's update, depending on how big of an update that is. I hope everyone's having a great raid. I hope everyone's enjoyed the show, and thanks everyone for coming out. Sorry about the change in show time, and thank you, Andrew, for making the show tonight as well.
You're welcome. So I won't be in for next week's show. I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
You work too much, Andrew. You got to work a bit less.
Yeah, all work and no play.
Hey, you got to make a living somehow.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, guys, take care, everyone.
Thanks, Ren. And Gadget, thank you. I hope you hit that 150 mil, Gadget. You better hit it.
Oh, I'll get the points, no problem.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great raid, and we will see you Saturday. Good night.